What's up, viewers? Welcome to another Prelude driven video. Today I have a unboxing of the Shimano Sport Camera. This is a action sports camera that's kind of a answer to the GoPro Hero. I personally use a GoPro Hero 3 Plus, and I picked up this camera just to get some other angles. I know that this is physically a lot smaller. It doesn't require a separate housing, and it's a lot lighter too, so you know, applications where I'm using it on my helmet, or if I'm ever using it on the road bike and I want to get a little bit more aero, I can use this camera. So really quick, here's a kind of close look up of the box itself. Some nice packaging here, pretty much black all around with some silver foiling here, and then you have some blue foiling on the inside where the camera goes. Okay, so here's a shot of the side of the box. As you can see, the model number is CM-1000. It has 1080p Full HD resolution. It weighs 86 grams. The measurements are 44 by 30 by 70 millimeters. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, built-in Ant Plus. That's something that's pretty unique to this camera. You can connect your Ant Plus devices, such as your heart rate monitor, cadence sensor, speed sensor, stuff like that. It's also Di2 compatible. It'll show data on your videos, so if you want to get a little bit more interactive with your videos and show some more data metrics, this is the camera for you. 10 meters waterproof, and then here's just some examples of the mounting. So mounting on top of a downhill helmet, full face, more of a cross-country vented helmet, and then I'm not sure what that is. It looks like it's just a box with it mounted on the top. And yeah, so let's go ahead and open this box right now. So it's pretty much just got a tab on top, and this slides out, and voila, some nice packaging again, some nice blue shine to that cardboard there. Get this out of the way. Okay, so taking out all the accessories first, get to the camera in a second. Okay, so one by one, the accessories. This looks like the actual mount that it comes with. It only unfortunately comes with one mount. This is kind of a multi-purpose mount. As you can see, it looks a little bit familiar to something else. Of course, this is my GoPro with the chest mount. And if I take the camera out, you can see that the mounting is exactly the same. I'm not sure how Shimano got away with that, copying GoPro's mounting system, but the good news is that all of the mounting options for the GoPro, you can use this with this camera. So that's a definite plus. It's getting back to the accessories. So this is, like I said, this is more of a multi-function mount. So for instance, it comes with this 3M double-sided tape that you basically stick onto this, and you could adhere to, say, the top of a helmet or wherever. It also comes with what they call the belt strap. And this works just like the helmet strap on a GoPro, but except you just kind of route it through these little holes here, sink it around, and then around your vented helmet, and then yeah, and then it's got these same pretty similar tabs to the GoPro. So you cinch it in, clamp it down, and so yeah, that's the helmet mount. And it also has this little rubber piece that you install on the bottom of it that'll help suck out some of the vibration when you're using that helmet mount. What else? This comes with a kind of a tie down for the camera, so you can route it through, say, your camera and then through your helmet, just in case the mount fails. You won't lose it completely. It'll just kind of dangle from this, and you can save your camera. Okay, moving on. This is a separate lens, as you can see on the camera. That's it's got a kind of a rounded lens mounted right there. That's actually removable, and you can put this on there. They say this is more for underwater use, but I know that a lot of people use this for cycling, just because they don't like the distortion. It's got more of a fisheye kind of effect that this lens has, and then this kind of cleans that up, gives you more of a traditional shot. And then I'll get into a second, but you can also change the framing on the software. Say if you pair it to an iPhone or an Android, you can change, I believe it's just called wide or super wide, and then you have these 2 separate lenses as well, so you technically get, you know, a good 4 different type of framing options. And then 2 less accessories. So this is just you know, your basic thumb screw. So if you compare it to the GoPro one, yep, it's got the same exact threading, same size. The only thing that's different is the actual part that you kind of hold on. This has more of a kind of an X shape. This is more of a wing nut. I actually think I like this a little bit better. You can get more leverage on it, whereas this, sometimes you sink it down and it's like really hard to get out and you got to use a screwdriver. This you can use a screwdriver as well, just in case, you know, use a basic Phillips. Oh, also comes with a USB cable, and this camera actually uses a micro USB, not a mini USB, so it's a little bit more up to date. I know a lot of devices are kind of transitioning over to this. Let me get the camera out, show you what that's for. So I guess I just pull this tab out. Okay, so there's the camera. This is the bottom portion, so if you notice the camera here doesn't really have any way to mount it, so this slides onto the bottom of it. And unfortunately it comes with one of these, but the beauty of this is you know, it just slides on. You get that definitive click, and then say if you have several different mounting options on your, say, you know, 2 on your frame and 1 on your helmet or whatever, you don't have to sit there and unscrew every one. You can just bend this tab down on the bottom, and then this slides right off, and then you can take your camera to a different mount, and then you slide it on to the back there. So that's it. It's pretty nice. Just taking a really closer look at the camera here. So this of course is the top. Shimano, of course, you got the mode. As you can see, there's pretty much only 2 buttons here. So you have this button that kind of operates the mode, the Wi-Fi, and then you have a button here that's pretty much a record button. So you know, you depending on how long you hold these buttons down for, changes the option. But the main use of these, you're pretty much just going to use this one. So you just click this, even though it's off, just click that once. It'll turn it on and start recording, depending on if you have it set it for video or photos. And then whatever your settings are, it'll use those settings. So here's the side profile, other side, the back. So you basically have lock and unlock, and the slides downward. So that's your micro USB connection for charging the camera, and then micro USB for your, you know, data storage. And unfortunately, this does not have a removable battery, so that's the only downfall. Good news is that the battery lasts up to 2 hours, so that's pretty decent. So again, there's the rounded lens, and let me see if we can take this off here. So yeah, you just rotate it and it goes off like that. So there's it bare, and then you have that other lens there. I'll try this one out for the first ride. Actually tomorrow I'll try this out. I'll be mounting this most likely on my helmet, and then go from there depending on you know, the quality I see from that. I'll probably try out both lenses actually, and then kind of decide from there which one I like the best. But there's the camera itself, and here's a bunch of documentation. So I read online that unfortunately these are pretty complicated. They're not simple, they're not really well thought out. It's just got tons of data. It's more like their parts, you know, say if you buy a derailleur or whatever, there's just so many languages and it's just so detailed, so much text, and it takes a while to get through. So I guess that's why they made this. So here you have, you know, how to change out the lens, just what I just showed you. These are the different modes. So battery level, it'll be green when it's, you know, 100%, you know, orange, red, blinking red. Same thing with the card level. The right light will indicate it. So, you know, solid green, orange, red, and then you have a blinking red when you have less than 30 minutes of recording time. Here's kind of the gist of the functionality of the buttons. So again, you have your mode button. So you hold it on for 0.5 seconds to turn it on, and then you hit mode to kind of cycle through these. So you have you know, full HD 30 frames per second, you have 720 120 frames per second, you have 640 by 360 240 frames per second, and then you go to photo mode. So then this is the, again the record button. So yeah, you push it for 1 second and it records, and then you hold that same button down for 4 seconds to turn off the camera. So it's a little bit complex, but once you get the hang of it, I'm sure, you know, like I said, once you have your settings all set up, you really aren't using the mode button as much, and then just click that once to turn it on and record, and then click it again to stop recording, and then if you want to turn it off, just hold it for 4 seconds. Okay, so here side by side I have the Hero 3 Plus Silver that I record with, and then of course this is this Shimano camera next to it, so you can see, you know, the size difference is pretty substantial. The Shimano camera is waterproof right out of the box. You don't need to add anything else to it. It's already, you know, especially in here, it's already sealed up with that rubber gasket. Once you close this and lock it, you're good to go. That's really all you should do, and then put that underwater lens that it has in there. Of course, the GoPro, you need this kind of waterproof skeleton, and I actually don't even have the you know, full waterproof casing on the back yet. I just never use it. I'm never using this underwater. It's more for cycling. But actually, a better comparison is without the case. These are about the same size. There it is, side by side, back. So yeah, let me go ahead and get some weight differences here. Okay, so first up, I'll measure or I'll weigh the Shimano camera. So yeah, that's at 85 grams. And then the Hero 3 Plus, that's at 75 grams, but again, that's without the casing. So I'll go ahead and add that now. And that's at about 130 grams. So you can see already the weight difference is pretty substantial. The size difference is pretty substantial. So that's kind of why I wanted this camera, kind of as an alternate to my Hero 3 Plus. I know it's not going to completely replace it, but I do like the fact that it's a lot smaller, a lot more aerodynamic, a lot lighter. So, you know, in any cases such as when I use it for my helmet mount and I don't want the weight of, you know, this Hero 3 Plus, all the bulk and the weight on my helmet, you know, I'll go ahead and use this. It's a lot lighter and a lot smaller. You don't look so goofy with it on top of your head as well, so that's always a plus. MTBR, they did you know, a comparison with I think 5 or 6 different cameras. These two, along with you know, the Garmin Verb and Drift and all of those. So hands down, I don't think any camera will beat the GoPro as of now for quality. I think they're kind of the leaders as far as quality goes. And mounting options, of course, the GoPro has an edge as well. I mean, they have a mount just for about everything. But like I said, the Shimano camera is adaptable to those mounts. Again, I'm not sure how they got away with it or anything like that, all the legal issues or whatever, but you can put this on just about every GoPro mount. I mean, I was even trying on a chest mount. So this is a chest mount here, and I was worried just due to the length that it might not work, but it's really quick. Let me just throw this on. Yeah, it would be like this. And you have your little thumb screw. Just real quick. So yeah, I mean, there is the chest mount there, and as you can see, it works. I mean, of course, it sticks out maybe about an inch in front, whereas the GoPro would be, you know, straight just like that. So this sticks out just a little bit further out, but again, it's lighter, so I'm expecting, you know, not as much bounce. Not sure if you guys are having an issue with shake when you're using this mount on your bikes, but I think this will be a kind of a different, better option to try out. It's definitely a lot lighter option. And yeah, the angle, of course, it's going to be perfect, because I mean, you're normally angling like that when you're kind of in attack position. The shot, you know, the framing will be kind of perfect. So definitely try to use something like this. Try it out, you know. It's an option, you know, especially if you don't even have a GoPro yet. This is definitely something to think about purchasing. You can get it for a lot cheaper nowadays, just because this came out, I believe, last year. and it's still the only model that Shimano has, I believe. So I know that the prices should be a little bit lower than what they were originally. I believe this was about 300 bucks, brand new. So you might be able to find it for a little bit cheaper than that, or if you want to buy one secondhand just to try out. I think this is a definite alternative to the GoPro. But going back to that mountain bike review camera shot out, this was one of the other options. So of course what came out on top was the GoPro, especially for quality mounting options and stuff like that. And then I believe what came up as like kind of a good buy was the Garmin Verb. And then this one won just for its ease of use, more about, you know, going back to the size and weight and things like that, and then not requiring a separate housing or anything like that. They docked it for the quality wasn't as impressive as the GoPro, of course. I don't think any camera will get, you know, very close to that. I think the Garmin Verb did, but this also added the you know, functionality of AMP+. So that's something too. If you're really looking to add those data metrics in your video, this is something to think about, definitely, for sure. I'm kind of really looking forward to trying that out as well. So anyways, these are the two cameras. Like I said, I'll probably mount this on my helmet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on the side or the top. But oh, another thing that I didn't mention is that what's pretty cool about this camera is that it's got that I believe it's just called auto rotating. But you know, if you're having your camera just like this, you know, the video is right side up. Even if you turn it upside down, it'll still flip around on its own, even on its side, which is pretty amazing. You can mount this on the side of your helmet, you know, just like that. I think that'll be pretty awesome. You know, it's not going to stick out super far. I mean, imagine this. Let me grab my helmet real quick just to kind of give you a visual. So this is my helmet that I'll be mounting it to. It's just, you know, my basic trail helmet. It's a Scatante Scala. So it's, you know, it's just a basic trail helmet that I use. So yeah, if I were to mount this on the side of my helmet, I mean, you can see how much that just sticks out and weighs you down. It kind of looks a little bit goofy as well. This, you can pretty much mount it, I mean, almost close to flush on the side of your helmet. And like I said, the video will come out widescreen, you know, set up, you know, top, bottom. It'll be perfect. And I mean, it just looks pretty cool too. It's not too obtrusive, it's not heavy, nothing like that. So I actually might try to do something like this. Unfortunately, I mean, due to the venting, it's going to be a little bit complicated. I might even try that vented strap maybe on here or something like that. If not, then I'll have to use a sticky mount on the side here. It's going to be a little bit to the side. Unfortunately, I might have to use like an extension to get it, you know, straight. But like I said, it uses all the can work with all of the GoPro mounts. So, you know, I have these little kind of 3M VHB adhesive mounts. So, you know, this one's the curved one, so I guess I would be using this one, but you know, I could easily just stick it right there and then just get, you know, an attachment for the GoPro to use. I could do it there, or even it's got, you know, a really nice spot on the top, just like that. So I got some options. I'll be thinking about that right now. And I'm going to pair this to my phone really quick and just kind of give you a quick overview of what the options are and how it looks. So I believe that's even 180 degrees. I mean, edge to edge, right and left, you're getting, you know, pretty much all the data you need in there. Looks a little bit weird, but I'm kind of interested in trying it out. So it's super wide. So again, this still gives you a little bit of that fisheye, but not as much. But again, I really want to try this out. And then you can see, so let me get that camera in there. So rotating it, see it auto switched to the orientation, upside down. Again, right orientation, there it is. Flip it around, boom, boom, boom. Pretty awesome. So that just saves you, you know, time. You don't have to go into your camera every time and set it up, or you forget and you have, you know, hours and hours of upside down footage, which is a pain in the ass, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of helps out. So this gives you all the other information. You have your SD card, battery life there, and yeah, if you want to record, you just hit that button there. Go back here, so you have your settings. Let's do it as portrait. So again, I have recording mode in full HD, but going in the options you have, 120 frames per second, 60, 30, and then you have your WVGA, 240, 120, 60, and 30. This is your still image setting, so I have it set as 6 megapixels. You can do intervals of 10 seconds, 20, 30, 60. Actually, I'm just leave it at 10. And then full HD right now. I'm sorry. So once you set that up, that's your recording setting. Once you power up the camera and you hit that record button. So if I had it here, if I hit that record button, it would just start. It would just take a picture basically. If I have it here, I would hit that button. It would take a picture every 10 seconds. But I want to set it for full HD video, so I'm going to leave it there. Okay. Again, angle setting I just showed you, but there it is again, super wide. Yeah, 180 degrees, wide is 135. So I have angle free turned on. That's when you rotate the camera, it auto adjusts for you. I have high sensitivity setting on. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but I left that on. Mirror invert settings I left off, of course. Okay, then you also have wheel size setting. I didn't really mess with that, but I'm guessing that'll help with your speed and cadence, I'm guessing. But you can easily, adjust your wheel size. And then, yeah, so this is your Ant Plus pairing. So you have speed, cadence, power, heart rate, DI2, speed, and cadence. And then you could even calibrate your power. I'm not sure if that's for a power meter or what, but a lot of new features here that you don't get with, say, a GoPro or something like that. So, you can change your password. Wi-Fi connection duration is 10 minutes. I have volume set at 100. That way, when I click the button, I can hear it, and I don't need to look at visual blinking lights or anything like that. And then, yeah, so time synchronization, recording message, and then there's my version 1.3.0, and then firmware is 1.2.0. And I just updated this a few minutes ago, so it's up to date and ready to go. So that's it. And of course you have your file list, but I have no files on there right now, so normally you would see all your recordings and your pictures in there. And that is it. So once again, this has been the Shimano Sport Camera, and I will be filming with this camera tomorrow and hopefully get some footage up within the next few days. Alright, so thanks for watching, and like this video and subscribe for more. Alright, thanks, and see you out there on the trails. Bye bye.